Happy Wednesday. Hi. Hi, everyone. How are you? Happy Wednesday. It's March 4th, 2020, and it is the first Wednesday in March. Yay! I am very excited to be coming back every Wednesday this month with our focus on sleep and stress. Sleep and stress. How did you sleep last night? How was your sleep? How are you doing? I am feeling great. I'm actually coming to you live from Minnesota, my mom's house. So you can see the lovely background is different than my usual Brooklyn apartment. And super excited to be here with you. So again, I'm coming live every Wednesday this month with the focus and the theme on sleep and stress. And the time is going to be different. I'm going to be going live every Wednesday this month at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 a.m. Hi, Hinda, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, and 8 a.m. Pacific. So my name is Alyssa Abrahamson, and I'm a nutritional therapist and wellness coach. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm really pumped to dive into all about sleep and stress this month and get into how we can really learn about that and the importance of getting a good night's sleep and how stress can really affect us and affect our sleep as well. So today, I want to dive in and talk about our circadian rhythm. And I think that I suspect that most of us have heard of this thing called circadian rhythm, but I wonder if we actually really understand what it means. And so I'm excited today to really just give you an overview about what is the circadian rhythm and how it affects your body function and your sleep and your health. So first, what does Shelby? Oh my God, I'm so happy you're here. Yay! Okay, so what does circadian mean? Okay, so circadian comes from the Latin and it meaning about a day. So circadian means having or being or characterized or characterized by or occurring in approximately 24-hour period cycles, like a biological activity or function. Hi, Stephanie. Yay. You have no rhythm. Oh my God, I love you. Okay. But oh my God, perfect. So Stephanie just says that she has no rhythm at all, circadian or otherwise. And guess what though? So the question is, does everyone have a circadian rhythm? The answer is yes. Everyone has a circadian rhythm. So what's really cool about circadian rhythms is that almost all living beings have them. So whether that's plants or animals or humans or even like microorganisms have circadian rhythms. And circadian rhythms they're physical and mental and behavioral changes that follow this daily cycle, this 24-hour cycle. And so basically most of our body's functions are following that 24-hour cycle. So the question is, how does our circadian rhythm affect our body function and health? And does it? And the answer is yes, it does. So also when doing my research on this, what I think is super cool is that circadian rhythms not only influence our sleep-wake cycle. I think we all have this maybe superficial understanding that has something to do with sleep, but it also has to do with, as I mentioned before, different functions in the body. So hormone release and digestion, your body temperature, blood pressure, and more. So that's really, really interesting. And disrupted or irregular circadian rhythms have been linked to various chronic health issues or health conditions such as sleep disorders or obesity, diabetes, depression, bipolar disorder, and even seasonal affective disorder, which that makes sense. So how are our circadian rhythms related to sleep? So first of all, flat out, yes, the circadian rhythms help determine our sleep. And just pause for a moment. How did you guys sleep last night? How was your sleep? How are you feeling? I went to bed later than I have been. I've been home for a few days and I woke up earlier than I have been, but I actually feel really good and rested. And I think that that's Gretchen. Hi. I think that's because I love coming and connecting with you guys on Wednesdays. So that even though I got a few hours sleep less than I normally would want, I am feeling excited and refreshed. And on that note, I'm gonna take a sip of my warm lemon water. um, so anyway, I hope that you had a very good night's rest. And moving on to, okay, so circadian rhythms related to sleep. Yes, they help determine our sleep patterns. Okay, so getting a little sciencey here. So our circadian rhythms are regulated by nerve cells in the brain in the hypothalamus, and they're by this kind of like cluster of nerves. Like an easier colloquial term is called like the body's master clock, but it's called the. I've been practicing it. Now I'm going to screw it up. Suprachiasmatic nucleus. Suprachiasmatic nucleus. Pretty cool, right? So that's the SCN. So the SCN, the suprachiasmatic nucleus, or our body's master clock, controls the production of melatonin. So I think we've probably all heard of melatonin, and melatonin is a hormone that regulates our sleep-wake cycle. So melatonin is this hormone that can make us sleepy. And so I'm just going to say it again to challenge myself. The suprachiasmatic nucleus. Frankie just, hi Frankie, you just, I love cracking myself. Cracking myself. I love that you just got on and you're hearing me say the suprachiasmatic nucleus. Is that, yeah. So the SCN is this hormone found in the brain, in the hypothalamus, that's part of this cluster of nerve cells, also known as like the master clock. And this is where our body is receiving information from incoming light through our optic nerves, basically our eyes, and then that information is transported to our brain. And so when there is less light, like at night, the suprachiasmatic nucleus, that's my favorite term now. Oh my God, J1. Oh my God. Okay, you guys, it's 10:08 a.m. in Minneapolis, and I feel like I'm drunk off of warm lemon water because I'm so excited to be saying suprachiasmatic nucleus, the SCN. And I have like drippings of lemon coming out of my mouth, and J. Walter Hawks just joined. Hallelujah. Okay. So thank you. So excited that you guys are here. Okay. So again, this cluster of nerve cells in our brain in the hypothalamus responds to light through our optic nerves, through our eyes, and then it relays that information to our brain. So it's kind of, it's no wonder, oh my gosh, Susan Marie, yay. So it's really no wonder that most of us are alert when the sun is shining, and most of us are feeling, we kind of get a little bit more tired, or we're getting ready for bed when it's at night. So also, so many of us are night owls, or we work in nightlife, or, have different work schedules, night shifts or shift works or whatever. So that's a thing, that can disrupt your circadian rhythm. But so there is like obviously a lot of research being done that the exposure from light will affect your circadian rhythm, and that really does impact how, like, maybe some people are more of a night owl or more of a morning person. And so the question is, yes, everyone has a circadian rhythm, but then is everyone's circadian rhythm the same? The answer is almost, which is kind of also fascinating. So of course, there are different, fluctuations of alertness throughout the day. And I think we can all experience like that afternoon slump from 1 to 3 p.m. That's a very kind of, human experience. And that is all kind of being in that connectedness and rhythm of our body clock and connected with the universe. So, and then at night, this faster biological clock really kind of makes us sleep the most sleepy between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. And so those ebbs and flows really vary from person to person. And again, this is kind of like why some people are more morning people and some people are more night owls. And some of us might consider ourselves both. So what can throw your circadian rhythm out of whack? We've all experienced, I would assume, the traveling through a different time zone and having that experience of jet lag. And so that changing of time zones and that light and maybe a difference in the bedtime and really does confuse your internal clock. So when you get to your destination, you feel that confusion. And there are so many things that, people have like, jet lag tips and things like that. I'm not going to talk about that today, but I just want to offer that, yes, your circadian rhythm is disrupted by jet lag. And it's something that we've all experienced that can really, over a couple of days, can get back to normal. And the other thing that can really affect it is an irregular sleep schedule, which I think we've all experienced. If some people have a deeper routine and you might get up at around the same time and go to sleep around the same time. And so that you're really in sync with your biological clock. And but when you have an irregular sleep schedule, as many of us do, then that can really be another disruptor. The other thing that I'm not sure if you know of this or not, but this is like just, I think one of, in addition to traveling across time zones and having an irregular sleep schedule, you guys are devices. So our devices, meaning our phones, our computers, our tablets, emit something called blue light. And that really tricks the brain into being daylight. And then when we go back to our super chiasmatic nucleus, I'm so proud of myself. Next time I see you, I'll be like, hey, what's up with your super chiasmatic nucleus? Okay, so again, that's our master clock, our biological clock that is receiving input through light, through our hypothalamus, then information back into our brains. So when we're on our phones, like in our bed, we are literally tricking our brains with that blue light that it is still daytime. So there's no wonder that we have, these sleep issues. I think it's very safe to say that we all have addictions to our phone. I'm included. I actually sleep very well, but I turn my phone off when I get into bed, but I certainly have my phone in bed, not always, but it's something that I do. It's something that I have experimented and taken out of my bed. But back to that blue light, and what's so interesting is that blue light from your computer, all of us, not all of us, so many of us are watching TV on our computer, or even TVs emit blue light, but computer, tablet, phone are the main culprits. So again, that's tricking your brain. Your brain your master clock is receiving this information, and then it's slowing the release of melatonin. And what do we say about melatonin? It's that hormone that is released usually in the evenings, usually around 9 o'clock. And if we are, in even at home in mode with our computers or with our phones, it's really slowing that release. So then we are staying up later or maybe having, disrupted sleep patterns, and that can be really challenging. So I just want to, oh, yay. I'm so glad you guys are here. I want to just acknowledge that we're all coming, from different places, and that we all have different experiences with sleep, and that we all I think it's also safe to agree that we all love sleep. I mean, who loves sleep? Can I get a high five in the comments, please? I'm just going to type in sleep is my favorite thing in the world. Sleep is my favorite thing in the world. I have many favorite things. Sleep is one of the top 20. Okay, so circadian rhythms, they are this body clock, this 24-hour cycle of rhythm that controls not only our sleep-wake cycle, it controls blood pressure, it controls our body temperature, etc. And this focus is on sleep and stress, and today is specifically sleep and how the circadian rhythm affects that. So what can we do to help kind of get that rhythm, get back into our rhythm of our circadian rhythm? So just 3 tips. Maybe they're simple, maybe they're not. Here we go. Number 1, try and get on a consistent sleep schedule. Again, some of us work in nightlife, some of us work at night, some of us have lives that do not allow for that. However, if you think about the coming weeks or the coming week and think, oh, where could I maybe be a little bit more consistent? Maybe if I get up at the same time, that can even help. It's not just about bedtime, which really was interesting for me to learn and internalize. It's also about waking up around the same time. That really, really helps you connect and get into this, into your circadian rhythm. So a consistent sleep schedule. The other thing that I think we could all relate is like, okay, you don't sleep during the week or whenever because whatever's happening, or you pull an all-nighter for this, that, and the other reason. And then you just, sleep for 14 hours on the weekend, which I've done many times in my life. And it feels good, but then you're groggy and whatever. And you think, oh, I'll just catch up on sleep. That actually also is another disruptor. So even if you're exhausted and you think you need more sleep on the weekend, crazy but true, it's better to actually just stick to your consistent sleep schedule, right? Hey, grab the sleep, take it if you want it, but that's just an interesting thing that's happening. Just that consistency is super helpful. So that's number 1. Number 2, in the mornings, whenever you wake up, if you can, get outside or open your blinds or something. Now, I live in Brooklyn and I live 3 flights up, and my apartment, I love it so much. It does not get that much sunlight. And so it's very hard for me to think, oh my gosh, it's the morning. The first thing I'm going to do is go down my flights of stairs and open up my building door. I think I consider it all the time because I know it's so healthy for me in so many levels, but I don't do it. And I dream of oh, would it be so lovely if I could just walk outside for a backyard and a porch? And for many people, that is a reality. So please, can I live vicariously through you? And can you wake up in the morning and connect to your circadian rhythm and go outside and then just post a photo in the group and say, hey, Alyssa, good morning. Please live vicariously through me and my son. So getting sun in the mornings really, really helps you connect with your circadian rhythm. So whether that's opening your blinds, letting the sun in, stepping outside, and even taking a walk, that morning walk can really help get your blood flowing and really set you up for a really great day. That's, I think we've all, when we're not in a rush, so many of us have morning rushes, but when there is not a rush morning and we can get out and just be leisurely, we all understand that feeling. It feels so good just to feel connected and grounded. So that's number 2, getting sun in the mornings. That really helps connect you with getting in your biological clock and getting into that rhythm. And then also, just as I talked about a few minutes ago, limiting your time on technology in the evening. So that means your phone, your computer, your tablet, even your TV. I did a workshop it was in January, where I talked about sleep, and I had a show and tell item, my amber blue blocking light glasses, and I totally forgot to bring them. They're funny. I got them on Amazon. So 2 things. 1, limiting your intake of working on or being around your devices at night. And I think that can be healthy in so many levels for us if we take a break. If we've all experienced, this addiction to our phones and technology, and technology is amazing and everything. However, it really does affect not only our circadian rhythms. I think we can agree that it affects our mood, our mental state, our emotional state. A lot of, it can be a time suck, and like whatever. That's a whole other topic about being on our devices and how that can really take us away from ourselves and what's most important. But right now we're talking about how can we get better sleep in our circadian rhythm, and that would be wearing if you can't get away from your phone or your TV later at night and you're working, or you need to watch, whatever Netflix. I always get it mixed up. It's the best show ever. Grace and Frankie and Grace. I don't remember. Anyway, if you're binging on Grace and Frankie, or Frankie and Grace, or whatever, put on your Amber. Get them on Amazon for $15. Or you guys, consider this. What if you put your phone away, turned off your computer, and I don't know, did some meal prep, or had a conversation, or had a cup of tea, or read a book, or worked on a project, or started knitting, or worked on a scrapbook, or cleaned out a drawer, instead of being on your phone in the evening, just to kind of do some healthy, fun, relaxing activity that then kind of sets you up in connecting with your circadian rhythm away from these devices, and does something really healthy and beautiful for yourself that you feel good of and proud of. And then you can have a really good night's rest, and you're one step closer to connecting to that circadian rhythm, your personal circadian rhythm. So if turning your phone off, a couple hours before is Alyssa, what the hell are you talking about? There's no way in hell. Okay, here we go, people. 15 minutes. What if you just turned off your phone and your computer 15 minutes before you went to bed? Start small. 15 minutes. See how that goes. I'd be so curious if you consistently experiment with that. I would think that your overall health is going to be better. I think we can totally agree that digital detox is good. So, you guys, understanding your circadian rhythm and your body's internal clock is a first step to better sleep. And as I mentioned before, I'll mention again, this month, March, we're focusing all on sleep and stress. And so today, just a really brief overview of our circadian rhythm. What is it? Do you have it? The answer is yes, you all have it. And what is it? Listen from, I think you've all been with me, but all of you amazing people out there, it is your body's 24-hour clock that is connected to hormone release, and it's connected to digestion, and it's connected to body temperature, and it's connected to your sleep-wake cycles, and it's really affected by light. So having routine and consistency in terms of your waking and your bedtime is really helpful. And I think that we can all agree that sleep is one of the most beautiful, amazing things in the entire world. And sleep is when our body rejuvenates. It's when our body repairs. It's when our body restores and our body rests. So many things happen when we sleep, and that are just critical to health. And I think we can all agree that we have more mental clarity, and we have a better mood. That happens when we have better sleep. And also when we have good consistent sleep, our energy is just better. We have a healthier weight. All of it comes together and just really supports us into feeling happier and healthier. And if you're not on my email list, I encourage you to head on over to my website and check out yesterday my newsletter. I wrote an article all about sleep. So it's, if you head to thewellnessheadquarters.com/post/sleep 101. you can read a little bit more about sleep. And then everything we talked about in terms of circadian rhythm will just even be more enhanced in terms of the importance of sleep and really what we need and how it affects us. So again, that's thewellnessheadquarters.com/post/sleep 101. And so please do that. That is your first next step. Our second next step is that when we sign off and say farewell, that in a few minutes after Facebook does its thing, the video will be available for replay. So if you feel that a friend or a family member or a lover or a colleague would be interested in learning about their circadian rhythm, please tag them or share their video with them. And just want to continue to really build our community and help us understand how we can help ourselves and get to know our bodies and understand how we can really learn to support ourselves. And what we're focusing on again all month is sleep and stress. So next week, actually, first of all, and just in general, I'm here every Wednesday this month, and I'm going to be coming live at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Wednesday. So that's 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Pacific every Wednesday. And so here's the schedule for the rest of the month. Next week, Wednesday, March 11th, stress. The following week, Wednesday, March 18th, guided meditation. And then the last Wednesday of this month, March 25th, bedtime hygiene. So we're going all in with sleep and stress this month. If you're not on my mailing list, when you head on over to thewellnessheadquarters.com/post/sleep 101, you can sign up because I offer insight and information and education and just a lot of fun goodies that I don't share on social media. So it's very complementary to what I talk about in our workshops here. So I really encourage you to head on over and sign up and get on board with that and connect that way. It's another just really great way to I think, have a weekly dose of Alyssa in your inbox. And I hope that what I'm offering is well received, because my intention is to really just, connect with you all and share my unique, fun, holistic approach to health and healing. And that's focusing on those three pillars of our mindset and our thoughts and our nutrition and our diet, and also our lifestyle. And that's what we're focusing on all month. Lifestyle is so huge, but focusing on sleep and stress. So my name is Alyssa Abrahamson. I'm a nutritional therapist and wellness coach, and I'm so honored and happy that you are here watching live or watching the replay, just taking the time to learn about your circadian rhythm and realize, damn it, I have one. And getting to know yourself a little bit more and how you can really support your circadian rhythm and getting better, consistent sleep makes me so happy, because that's what I'm here for, to really help support you. And thank you so, so much for being here. And I will see you every Wednesday this month. Same time, same place, but I'll be in Brooklyn. Same place for you, unless you're watching me walking around the streets of wherever you are. Anyway, every Wednesday in March, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, sleep and stress. And I just want to take one last swig of my lemon water. Cheers to us. Have an awesome Wednesday. Have a great week. Tonight, try turning off all of your devices at least 15 minutes before you go to bed and see how that feels. Have an awesome day, you guys. I'll see you next Wednesday. Take care. Bye.